using special machines that can be pumps for seawater to move ocean water, either amplifying or changing the currents in various locations and at different depths. In addition, it will have machineries for changing the vertical depth profile of the ocean temperature, salinity, and currents. Control stations will also directly use devices such as heat pumps to change the temperatures of local water, either at surface or at controlled depths, or modify the humidity and salinity to change the atmospheric and oceanic properties as desired. The system will work in a globally coordinated manner, applying artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to learn from observations to improve the control characteristics and aim to slow down the rise of global surface temperatures. These systems are used to reduce the temperatures of coral reefs, Arctic glaciers, and South Pacific to control the El Nino oscillations. How many times did you hear the word control? In fact, let's just do a quick little search there. Let's just find on the page the word control. Oh, wow. 151 times the word control repeats itself in this patent. Folks, to those of you out there that believe that they don't have the capability and that they would never, please do some research. Please look into the data that is available to us from NOAA and from the weather stations and from these, that monitor all of these systems. I love this right here when they say stuff like this, because this is where we're told that, they're just monitoring the weather. They're not influencing it. They're not trying to control it or anything like that. But this global system is made of arrays of multiple subsystems that monitor climate and act locally on weather with dynamically generated local forcing and perturbations. In case you don't know what perturbations means, let me look that up. Let's look up perturbations. What is perturbations? Let's see. Anxiety, mental uneasiness, a cause of anxiety or uneasiness, a deviation of a system, moving object, or process from its regular or normal state of path caused by an outside influence. They're selling it to the public and the science community as science for monitoring our weather patterns and our atmospheric rivers to help save us from what has been destroying us for the last 3 decades. And it's only going to get worse. The more ignorant people out there that are refusing to believe that they would use these things in our environment without our consent, you're part of the problem if you're still that ignorant. I'm sorry, not sorry. You're part of the problem if you are denying this science while acknowledging this false science that they are pitching to us in the name of science. You are denying actual science where they can actually use these control stations. They can use these Doppler radar systems. They can use radar dishes, lasers, wind machines, believe it or not. Okay? And right now they are cooking us alive out here in southern Nevada. I know I've already said it enough times that we've had so many triple-digit days in a row. We have not had any cool down at night for months. They are cooking us alive. And guess what's going to happen next when they lift that heat dome? When they lift that heat dome and they allow that atmospheric river to finally flow into the valley here, we are going to get flash floods like they haven't had in. And while I'm guessing that when the news reports on it, when it finally does happen, they're going to be saying, "Oh, this is a 1 in 1,000-year flood that went through and wiped out Henderson. Oh, look at the water district. The water district hasn't seen this much water in 180 years." Yeah, folks, they're setting us up here. They're going through, they're removing our green spaces, they're removing grasses, they're removing all of these plants and these trees that provide these buffering systems and these sponges that prevent catastrophic high flow rate of, so what am I trying to say? Oh my gosh, I'm getting frustrated again. See, this is why I cut the video and I redid it, but I'm not going to do that again, okay? Ultimately, they are going to cause worse flash flooding. When they finally lift the heat dome and they allow that atmospheric river to flow into Henderson, Nevada, and into southern Nevada, it is going to flood us so bad. We are going to have sinkholes. We are going to have the mudslides. We are going to have the same thing that is going on out there in the southeast when they finally lift this heat dome out here. And I can't express it enough to people that our government and this, in particular NOAA and the climateers and the scientific community sold us out a long time ago. Look at what happened with COVID. Our public health officials sold us out to science. We were subjected to a massive science experiment against our will, without our consent. in the guise of saving as many lives. Well, that's what they claim they got to do here with their dynamically controlled array systems and their control stations. They claim that they're just monitoring it. They're just monitoring it. They're just looking at it, folks. They're not influencing it at all, right? Yeah, I mean, I just want to smack somebody for saying that. Oh my gosh, I got to end this. I'm so incredibly frustrated with the ignorance of so many people. I mean, really, people are dying. People are freaking dying. And they really don't care. And I'm seeing comments from people talking about how we have all this proof that they're doing it. We should be able to hold them accountable and we should be able to sue them. Here's the thing about that, folks, in case you didn't know. Go back through my videos that I put up showing the steps that they took back through the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s when they were creating law and legislature. They were getting together in all their little groups with all their so-called experts from economics and from all these different industries. And more specifically, they had lawyers. They had legal advisors in the rooms when they were discussing the process of using this stuff and how to combat any opposition, including having to take accountability for damages done and lives lost. They conspired, folks. There's your conspiracy. All these science climateers behind the scenes decades ago, conspiring in a freaking room without the public even knowing.